The Nexus Web, though cleansed of Erebus's corruption, remained in the hands of the Syndicate. The uneasy alliance that she had forged with the shadowy organization now threatened to become a stranglehold as they sought to use the network for their own nefarious purposes. Determined to protect the Nexus Web and the countless lives it had touched, Lydia resolved to wage a new battle, this time against the very organization that had helped her save the world. The fight for the future of humanity had only just begun, and Lydia Carter, the woman who had unleashed the Nexus Paradox upon the world, would lead the charge. The Ghost Division, now more determined than ever, pledged its loyalty to Lydia and her cause. They knew that the Syndicate would stop at nothing to control the Nexus Web, and that their fight would be long and treacherous. But they also understood the importance of their mission and the necessity of preserving the Nexus Web as a force for good. As word of their struggle spread, more and more people joined their cause. They came from all walks of life, united by a common goal: to protect the Nexus Web and ensure that its power was used for the betterment of humanity. They called themselves the Nexus Rebellion, a symbol of hope in a world threatened by the machinations of the Syndicate. The Syndicate, for their part, had not been idle. They had used their access to the Nexus Web to amass vast resources and forge powerful alliances. Their influence stretched across the globe, and they were more than prepared to crush any opposition that stood in their way. As the Nexus Rebellion grew in strength, so too did the Syndicate's efforts to maintain control over the Nexus Web. They launched a relentless campaign of digital warfare, targeting the Nexus Rebellion's key players and seeking to dismantle their operations from within. The Nexus Web became a battleground, its digital landscape scarred by the constant conflict between the two factions. But Lydia and the Nexus Rebellion were not without their own resources. Drawing upon the collective knowledge and expertise of their members, they developed new strategies and technologies to counter the Syndicate's advances. They fought not only for control of the Nexus Web, but for the hearts and minds of its users, seeking to expose the Syndicate's true intentions and rally the world to their cause. The war between the Nexus Rebellion and the Syndicate raged on, and both sides were locked in a seemingly endless struggle for control.